Hello everyone, this is Zenduchiron and I am back with Game 37 of the first Reddit Open tournament. In this battle on the blue team we have Razzmann with an Eastern Bloc general deck. And on the red team we have Belarus Border Service with, of course, his Entente Mechanized deck. Alright, so back with the finals. So that means that Belarus needs to win best of 5. Belarus won the last game, so he needs to win 2 more battles. Razzmann still needs to win 3. So yeah, first he'll get 3 wins. And yeah, they get the tournament. Anyway. Depending on where the fighting happens in this battle, you could be looking at either the mechanized deck having advantage or motorized, or the general deck, depending. Maybe see Conqueror's M in the MI-17, that's probably gonna go over to there. Get some Speziov Claire, got some LSR 40, OT64A. Is that Lake Pakota? Or is it upvetted Motoshelchi? Or the only other option would have to be whatever the Czech 15-point documentary is, Vizitakari or whatever. I can't remember their name. And we got 2 command start, of course. Got to get that side spawn. I see Snezka for recon. I see BTR 50. It's gonna have moat shoots in it. That's some flavor. M1 Wilk, M1 Wilk, that's a lot of M1 Wilks. Pram S, that's the Fire support version, and that is the mortar version. So I'm guessing most of those LSTR 40 are probably going to there. It's probably going to be some moat shoots heading to Charlie, and that's all I can say for Razzmann at the moment. Those tanks are probably also going to Delta. I think most of the fighting is going to be in Delta in this battle. That's generally how it goes in this map. Alright, Belarus. Once again, yep, 2 command start. Manpad teams, T55A Recon, Prime S Mortar, Sava, Voka, M84A. That's going to be Maya Savannah most likely in there, or it could be Proletarian 90. Got AN, got Jackson for fire support. What else? That's going to be Proletarian, that one definitely, and that's going to be Maya Savannah most likely in the PBs. And then you got the Cruz Kaminichi in the Tacha 148. And Hero 2, of course, for Recon. Yeah. I noticed before with Belarus that he doesn't put too much into golf. He really likes to go pretty heavy to Delta, so see if he does that again. Meaty Snezka coming out for Alpha from Razzmann. And sending out the ZBTU trucks. Oh, guts, yep, LSTR 40 going there. Is Snezka gonna peel off? Yep. And this one, some of the moat shoots going as well, or looks like it's just the LSTR 40 and Snezka going to Charlie. Oh, MI-17's landing there. Interesting. Can't imagine having a very good line of sight there. I don't know, maybe Razzmann got panicked by the looked like the Hero 2 was going for him? Who knows? And he said he just wanted to get the Conquerors on the ground rather than losing in the helicopter. I don't know, maybe that's where he wanted it to be. Where's he gonna put those guys? He has wheeled out elements, obviously, because he's a general deck. Since Belarus is mechanized, he only has tracks. Oh. Got some smoke coming out. Yeah, minimal presence from either player in the bottom part. However, those LSR 40, yep, Ego's gonna whack the Hero 2. And it's Lake Pakota. That's gonna be potentially troublesome for Belarus. No, that looks like he wants to come up from the bottom. He's not gonna try and swing around through there. Those reinforcements will have to go through that way. And there's a lot of moat shoots in. And, oh yeah, right, the Fluggeneve Maschinengewehr, whatever FLAMG stands for. They have okay autonomy. Not great off-road speed, though. Oh, is Razzmann going to try and get the specific? No, actually, no, I was just stopping him there. Those motions are at risk of being caught on the open. However, he has 3 M1 Wilks, which will be troublesome. Is that more smoke? Yep. A lot of smoke coming out from Belarus. What can he see right now? He can see that. Oh, Jacksons are there. Folks are in the range to engage. Oh, but they're catching the Proletary. Oh, and RM70. Which one's that? That one. Oop, L15M. No air defense outside the LSTR-40. Probably gonna mean OSA coming out soon then. Oh yeah, those guys got obliterated. Those Wilks need to get in the fight because these Moshus are just gonna be by themselves against a lot of infantry and fire support. Alright, 2 Seka OSA AKMs. And that's not gonna have to worry about Seed most likely because I haven't seen Belarus use Seed and that's pretty par for the course for Entente. Where's his air defense? Okay, it's way back there, so that Mi-17 could potentially do a lot of damage. Yep, the Mochus are putting themselves quite well, and then yep, BMP-2s coming in. SPW-50s, and Wilks. That's a lot of fire support. Oh, that L-15M is coming back out. OSA AKM is still coming in. And nothing really happening here. SNES gives me up. LSR-40 moved up a bit. Main show is happening right here in Delta. Oh, SNES is about to have a fight with each other. Oh, and the OTs have snuck around. But yeah, they go down. They only have 1 armor, if I recall correctly. Oh, Volk's about to get stuck in. Oh, and Lake Pakoda moving up. L-15M is still there. Oh, and Osa's just in range. Do they get... Oh, they get 1 hit. Oh, how about that one? And they only get 1 hit again. So it's going to be a bit before those guys come out. So it's going to buy Razzmann some breathing room in terms of planes, but they're still in the fight, just being repaired. Oh, and those guys got caught on the open. That's not good. Ooh, Mi-35 is tearing them apart. Oh, the Wilks. One of them got pretty chewed up. One's got a little bit of damage, and the other one's just scratched a bit. It looks like it's forcing Belarus back. But all the Moshus have gone down, really. Oh. These guys blew up something. What was that? Probably a T-55A. Nope, just an M60. T-55A's there. AN, Sava, and Fosha are falling back, it seems. Or is that... No, it's just an A, isn't it? Yeah. There was a Fosha at some point. I think it might have gone down. Ooh, and the Wilks are taking apart the AN. Yep, there goes the Sava. And here comes an L-15M. However, the OSAs have moved up a little bit, but I don't know if they're going to be in range to affect it too much. That's just going to barely stray within range. And then once again, they only get 1 hit. They need to move a little closer to their front line because they're only getting 1 shot off each. And at 55% accuracy, it's not bad. But once you factor in ECM, you're not looking at a reliable kill from them. However, I think that would be all 3 L-15Ms in the card. And they've all taken 1 hit, so it's going to be a bit before they come out. And Razzmann's got a good position in Delta. AN's falling back, and a lot of reinforcements coming in. And more Lake Pakoda coming out. I'm surprised he hasn't upvetted him. And yeah, that's 1 armor. And we got a bunch of ZPTU carriers coming out. Oh, these guys are there. Cruise Kamichi are sneaking about. Oh, but they get spotted by that, but it only has bad optics or poor optics. But they do get spotted, we'll wreck them pretty easily. Oh, and a Hera 2 coming out again. That's probably going to get caught by the Sneska, though. to 40. They Bakota probably trying to get over there, but yeah, they're falling back. Don't know why he'd put the Conqueror's M team there. This is weird. Oh, Snezka. Oh, doesn't quite get the kill on it. And now it's probably going to tell Belarus that Razzmann really doesn't have much in Charlie or Golf. And yeah, definitely sending in some reinforcements. Ooh. Speciani coming out. Alright, that's a lot of Snezka coming out from Belarus. He's going to try and get eyes everywhere. And Razzmann definitely needs to get some dudes back in there because that's a bit of a vulnerable spot for him. He needs eyes on this road. Nope, Prince Kamichi are going to be trying to sneak into Charlie. Oh, looks like this guy got the Hera too. That was flying around. No, and Razzmann looks like he's going to try and cap Delta. Got to get that +1 ticking you. Oh, my 25's getting engaged by the Snezka. Nope, Speciani are on the deck. Oh, one Snezka's down. Oh, these Mo shoots are engaging that Snezka though. Just two of them shooting at him. That's not going to go too well for him. Was it? And yeah, it's kind of odd to have it shooting so fast. If I recall correctly, a 2A42, if you fired it at, its maximum rate of fire of like 500 rounds a minute, it would basically gas the turret crew because its ventilation couldn't handle that high rate of fire. The more you know. And these things are just sneaking around, but they're running a little low on fuel. Speciani spotting the Prince Kamichi. And it's taking him apart pretty easily. And now Razzmann has eyes in the middle. Ain't that handy. Oh, Mo shoots and are going at it with the Pato Branchi. Looks like the Pato Branchi advanced under fire, and that did not end well for him. Fair, that Mi-35 is still kicking about. Ooh, and the Alistair 40 put some hurt onto it. And they're almost out of Iglas too. And another Hera too. Oh, Volk's coming out. Looks like some of the battle is shifting down to Golf and Charlie, it seems. And Belarus is putting a lot of guys in there. This thing's completely out of ammunition except for its Yak B. Oh, Snezka's missing. Oh, Hera 2's firing on it. Oh, this Mi-17's putting the hurt onto those guys. Lake Pagoda are moving up. If they can get into close quarters, they are actually wreck these Meo Savannah. They do have submachine guns. Then again, Meo Savannah also has SMGs, but these guys are shocked. They're regular. That's how it goes. And that is a lot of dudes. Looks like Belarus really wants to get into Golf. And it doesn't seem that Razzmann's quite fully aware of just how much Belarus is putting into Golf right now. Oh, Oses are moving somewhere. Not quite sure what he's trying to do with those. Oh, Elfie Dams. Oh, but the Oses are moving, and that's... Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, they miss... Oh, no, they get that one. But now they're moving again, and only one Elfie Dam gets damaged. However, Razzmann's still maintaining a pretty good position in Delta. He also is moving up in Echo. There's just a Droog team there, and that's not going to help very much against an LCR 40. The big concern for Razzmann probably would be Golf and Charlie, where Belarus is advancing pretty far. Oh, LCR 40 should come out on top over the Maze because, elite carbine. And that's probably going to die violently. 35% on these things? Yeah. This thing is just missing the Hera too. Ooh, taking some damage. Stunned. But now the Mi-25 is going to be going after it. Oh, and more L-15Ms. Looks like that's going to be too far. To the north or east. I mean west. Don't mind me, I know my map directions. And there goes that L-15M. And those doses definitely need a resupply. Oh, looks like he tried to bomb the LCR-40, but they moved out of position. Oh. Like Dakota taking fire from the AN? Yes, they are. Oh, and then the Foch is gonna wreck the Mi-17. Mi-25, flying over a forest like that is a bad idea with the helicopter. Oh, it's gonna put the hurt onto the BVP, but it's not enough. The remote shoots in BMP-2 and a Wilk are definitely gonna be helpful. And these Lego Pagoda managed to make it over here. I think I took the hurt on, probably from the T-21. But 2 units of mace. Oh no, actually goes down. Looks like the Lego Pagoda actually got the hit on it. And then L-15M. Oh, 2 units of LSR-40 put the hurt on it though. And now I think he's only down to 1 L-15M from Belarus. And Razzmann's be taking out +1 for a bit. He's at 52 conquest points. However, Belarus is going to be capping Gulf soon. However, he may have overextended a little bit by pushing to Charlie, because now that means his forces got spread across Gulf, Charlie, and the little bit between them, instead of just being all in Gulf. Which essentially allows Razzmann to kind of defeat them individually. Instead of having to deal with one big force, he just has to deal with a couple different smaller ones. At least that's what it's looking like what's happening. However, those Mochis are just marching across the open. BMP-2s aren't enough to keep them alive. Oh. Miosmap has managed to take out the OT-64A, but I think it actually ran out of ammunition. It looked like it was running low. Oh, and BMP-2s go down. Now that M1's going to help even the odds, but once again, it's just not enough. Belarus has managed to get a fair amount of units into Charlie, so maybe he hasn't overextended after all. And he's calling out another Jeep for Charlie. Oh, and Razzmann's put command infantry into Echo as well, so he's still taking it +1. Oops, Speciale being caught up by the T-55A. Looks like they're trying to get into the trees here. Yep. Oh, Speciale Claire are doing the same thing, and now the M1 Wilks are going to have a words with that T-55. Oh. Osa's got resupplied, that's good. Ooh, those LCR-40 are going to be potentially pretty dangerous to Belarus if they can catch that command jeep as it's moving in. Oh, and then that's firing. Not really doing a lot of damage. Just messing up the 2 transports. Those LCR-40 can make it to there. They might be able to catch that. Now it looks like, yeah, it's going down. Oh, wait. No, it actually is going down that road. So yeah, if those LCR-40 get close enough, they might catch it out. And they'll probably be spotted by the Hera too when it flies over. Because, you know, Igla. And now they're moving out. So yeah, they're going to lose their chance to get the command vehicle. Oh, Mega Pacoder's still going at it. However, that AN does not like them. 3 stack of Mo shoots him. Oh, looks like Razzmann's Snetska is beating Belarus's Snetska. And that one's just wrecking these guys out in the open. Razzmann's at 96 conquest points now. And yeah, Maesvana went down. So basically Razzmann's eliminating different positions where the CVs in golf could be. He's probably going to try sending this LCR 40 down. And looks like Belarus is pulling back some forces into golf to defend his CV. Oh, Razzmann managed to make into the buildings. Yeah, Lake of Pagoda fell back, and now they're just... Looks like they're going to fall back as well. Oh, but they get caught up by the Wilkes up there. 4 HE. These things just out of fuel. Yep. Wait, they at least make it into cover. That one's right next to a forest. And that one's actually in it. That's hilarious. And more Lake of Pagoda coming out. Oh, there you go. Here comes the command jeep. It's probably going to drive right into there. And that will eliminate Razzmann's +1 lead. Not quite sure why Razzmann's using so many Lake of Pagoda. I guess he just likes them for the range on their AT weapon, or I don't know. I'm not too sure. He has his reasons, most likely. Oh, Mi-35 is just going to fly right into him. And goes down. Oh. Mochutsen are messing up this Bruce Kamichi pretty badly. And Razzmann's also dropping HE on him with the mortar. Oh, OT's just running, just driving right through. I think the Lake of Pagoda would probably be able to take the male Savannah. But then again, M53 Serac is, you know, lol buzzsaw. Well, this is just RPK. It's not bad. It's just okay. That's really all it is. And is that the L15M? The last one? Looks like it. Oh, MiG-2912A is also going to work. Oh. The Wilkes are back in the fight. Oh, one of them's running pretty low on ammunition, though. That hand's actually completely out. Oh, the Mi-35 will be troublesome. But the OSAs are moving up. A lot of supply truck. Yep. That's going to be a bit of a hit for Belarus, because he's probably going to try and use it to resupply that M84AN. Oh, Wilkes do get back into cover before the Mi-35 can take care of him. Oh, but it looks like the LSR 40 went down over here. Bezov Claire just kind of chilling out in the open. Oh, Conquer's M team did move up to there finally. And then once the male Savannah go down there, he's probably going to move the Conquerors up to there. And a lot of smoke coming out. Looks like he's trying to block Lannister and the Osas. Something I'm not too sure. Oh, CV in here is falling back. Yeah, Raz is just walking right over that. I think, yeah, it's mostly just transports left there, and they're pretty vulnerable in close forest combat. And here comes the MiG-29 and a CV from Madison for Charlie. Does he have the right spot? That's looking good. Oh, wait. No, looks like he's actually dropping in there. Razzmann's still taking at +1, and then once those guys get in, it's going to be +2. Those male Savannah are still there, and that could be trouble for Razzmann. Oh. MP2's wrecking male Savannah at close range, but at such close range, they're also going to have better accuracy on their AT weapon. Yeah. Even though they can't one-shot the BMP2s, it's going to take them 2 shots. And with all that smoke, these tanks won't be able to draw a line of sight. Oh, these guys are going after the Mea Savannah again. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good range, but then again, recoil rifles also suffer from bad accuracy. Once they close to... Not too bad once they close to range, but it's just... I'd say their biggest weakness, in my opinion, is just low rate of fire. 7 rounds a minute's pretty bad compared to 10 rounds, which is standard, or 24 reloadable weapons, or disposable. Reloadable ones are 10. Don't mind me. Anyway, without any fire support from back here, those smoke shoots aren't going down. Oh. Pretty sure at this point Razzmann has narrowed down the location of the CV to there. Apparently I can't breathe without sneezing. Oh dear. I'm such a professional. These guys don't think they've been detected yet. However, the Mi-25 might fly right over him. Oh no, looks like he's going to land over there. Oh dear. And, well, wrecks the T-55A. Now that M1107's all alone. Wow, he actually hit all the way back over to Foxtrot. Meanwhile, over here, he's pushing across these tanks. Looks like one of the Wilks did go down. Mi-17's gonna do some work, though. Oh, L-17K goes down. Oh, but the Mi-35s are flying over, and there's nothing really to defend them. The Razzmann's sitting at +3 now. He's decapped Golf. Oh, says I have 1 missile left. Oh, LSU-40 got a hit on it. Oh, is it reloading? Wow, that's unfortunate. And Sokol's coming out, MiG-29's coming out. Are those? Yeah, those are R-73As. Yeah, that's a good SRAM, so that's probably going to get a helicopter. Oh, flies right over. Looks like he didn't. It's just a little bit too fast to properly aim in on him for a second shot. However, if they fly over the infantry in the forest, that could be troublesome. Oh, MiG-23ML. Misses. Oh, Wilk is taking a lot of fire. And it goes down. Well, that's putting Razzmann, CV, and Charlie at risk. And here come a pair of Sokals, actually, and a Sopel. They'll probably be lights out for these Mi-35s. Though they are faster than the Sokol by a fair margin. Oh, it looks like it's on a good intercept course from this one, though. And yeah, 2 of them are one-shots for the Sokol. There goes one. Oh wait, no, that was on 5HE, wasn't it? And then that one, not going to be able to go down. It's probably going to wreck the Sokol with its Yak B. It's trying to aim. Oh, and it's actually nope. It's panicked and it wins. Very nice. That Sokol did a lot of work. And yep, Conqueror's MR moving up. And MiG-29 is out again. Oh, Sava's... Nope, Sava misses. Might get a hit on it still. Yep, gets 1 hit. Oh, right on the supply truck. And almost gets the CV too. And Razzmann... has he spotted those guys? No, wait. Wrong person. No, he hasn't. Alright, so the command infantry is still potentially in danger. However, that Sokol will probably deal with the Mason, and then that one's also there. But this Pram has his shot a little bit. I'm surprised it's not over closer to here. Oh, LCR-40 getting smoked off. Sneska's running low on ammunition, and then there's 3 M84As and an M84AN. Looks like Belarus is trying to swing through Echo, but Razzmann still is at +3, taking 316 conquest points to 0. SU-25K. Not expecting to see that. Not exactly great plane, but it gets 1. And then gets wrecked by Svoka and the Sava. And a MiG-23. I'm like, no, it's still alive. And it goes down. And then Osis whacked the MiG-23. This command infantry are in great danger. You can see them, but yeah, since the command infantry weapons are turned off, they're not engaging. Sokol, yeah, so Sokol's landed there, or just hovering there, so it won't be able to engage the Mayo Savannah. And BMP-2's managed to make it up to the ridge. It's lights out for the couple of things there, and then command infantry won't be much longer for this world, most likely. Looks like it maybe was a foolhardy decision from Belarus to shift its forces over to Echo. Oh, Rampart's getting wrecked. Oh, and command infantry, yeah. And there goes Belarus' side spawn, and Razzmann's now taking it +4. Oh, LCR 40 go down. Cisneska's engaging these guys at long range, but it's running low on ammunition. Oh, Conquers M's trying to do some work, but it misses. Oh, and it gets a frontal hit on the AN, so it's down to 1 HP. If those ANs keep going down, Razzmann doesn't really have a lot to stop them. Looks like they're going to try and get the CV and Echo first. Oh, Razzmann captures Kolos. And he's getting a lovely resupply for his BMP-2s. And MiG-29 is out again. Noose is tightening around those infantry, and they're gone. Oh, but an MA-35 and a Moderna on the scene. AN goes down, and Belarus surrenders. Alright. So, Razzmann was victorious with 436 conquest points to 0. And Razzmann had 3,245 kills. Belarus came in at 2,175. Alright, how do I want to break this down? Interesting opener. Looks like Belarus got pretty wrecked in the opener just by those Wilkses, I think was the big thing that did him in. Then he also gave up he gave up those buildings between Delta and Foxtrot without a fight. He just didn't put anything in there, which is kind of understandable just because, as a mechanized Zek, he doesn't really have any fast assets to put there outside of a Padoranchi 90 and the HT 40, which are expensive to call out. It's like 60 points per, I think. Only other fast option he'd have would be, or he would have had in this deck, would have been his recon infantry and a 5-point truck. Which, I don't know. Outside of that, looks like Razzmann using the Lega Pagoda did work out for him just because it gave him a fast infantry unit he could just throw anywhere. And they also do have, decent range on their AT weapon. Aside from that, I don't know. Oh, where are they? Yeah. Vizatikari. They're literally just motorized moat shoots them. That's literally all they are. The moat shooting, except they have worse transport options. And I don't think I've ever seen them in a game. Like how they're also modeled with an RPK. That's funny. But yeah, not really relevant. I just thought it's funny that basically whenever you see me in the beginning of a match thinking, what's in that helicopter, that's Czech, and it comes with that veterancy. It's either these guys or Lega Pagoda. And it's usually this guys. But yeah, back to the battle. I think part of it is just Razzmann made much better use of fire support in the battle. Like he had his BTR 50s and BMP2s, and not to mention those 3 M1 Wilks in Delta that just took on all comers. Both tried to play the L-15M game, but he didn't. Even though Razzmann's air defense wasn't exactly great, the big thing for me is I noticed was that it's just the L-15Ms just weren't getting kills. They just weren't doing a lot of damage themselves. And eventually, once Razzmann got those OSTAs into a decent position, they just started whacking L-15Ms along with the LCR-40. Or well, the Osa's whacked one, L15M, and the LCR40 got another one, I do believe. But yeah, you get my drift probably. Maybe not. Who knows? But aside from that, that's what I noticed. I can't think of anything else I want to say. It's just, I don't know. As for was it the two bottom 1-pointers are? I can never was it Golf and Charlie or whatever they are. They're I don't know. There looked like Belarus was in a good position there, but like I said during the battle, it looked like he maybe overextended a little bit, so he lost not a huge numbers there initially, but they were a little bit spread out, and eventually, I think. Well, I know the MiG-29 did a little bit of damage, but I think it's mostly just the Wilk there. He just didn't have a good response for the Wilk that was engaging at that range. And then the legs of Pagoda just kind of, along with the Speciality, just kind of cleaned it up. Aside from that, not a whole lot else to really say about that battle. Just most of the fighting is just right where in Delta, and I think that's where it really was decisive. Especially because since Razzmann had such better control over Echo and Delta, he could cap him. That gave him that constant 1 or +2 he had for most of the battle, and that's what allowed him to just get that such a massive point lead on Belarus. Combine that with like I said, he won the fight there as well. He didn't just win the point game; he won he won the destruction game as well, if you want to put it that way. But before I ramble on too much longer, I'll call it here. I'm Xander Chiron, and this was Game 37 of the first Reddit Open tournament. At this point, both players need 2 more wins to take the tournament home. And yeah, you guys have a lovely day.